I'm Michael Kelleher, Director of the Windham-Campbell Prizes at Yale University. Welcome to the 2021 Windham-Campbell Prizes Virtual Festival. We'll be streaming a new episode each week for the next 9 Wednesdays. Each episode will focus on one of this year's prize recipients, and the final episode will be a keynote address by U.S. Poet Laureate Joy Harjo. While the episodes stream, you'll be able to chat with other audience members, and following the live stream, we invite you to join the writer in a live Zoom Q&A. In the week between each episode, there will be plenty of on-demand content available for you to enjoy. We're excited to kick off the festival with musical theater artist Michael R. Jackson, whose play A Strange Loop received the 2020 Pulitzer Prize for Drama. Michael is going to take us on a musical journey through 3 of his plays, A Strange Loop, White Girl in Danger, and Accounts Payable. He'll be accompanied on piano by Sean Patrick Cameron.
Why did we love, then run away? So little time, so much left to say. Gone, dreams of the past. Gone with a love that moved too fast. Gone, bright shiny days, gone in a young and restless haze. Why did we love, then run away? So little time, so much left to say. Young and restless friend, you'll never pass this way again. So drink the summer wine, reach for the stars while you have time. Your restless dreams, they will lead the way. So dream your dreams and live for each day while you are young. And that was Nadia's theme, with music by Barry Dvorak and Perry Botkin Jr., and popularized by the long-running CBS soap opera Young and the Restless. The lyrics are allegedly by David Hasselhoff, who was an original Young and the Restless cast member and sang the song on The Merv Griffin Show in 1977, but upon further research, it's unclear whether that's actually true. Whatever the case, I chose to start with that song because it's been a long year of stories, and I love stories. I grew up watching them and wanting to write them and be in them, and a childhood to adulthood pursuit of story is ultimately what brings me here. And the truth of it is that we've been through a tumultuous year as a planet, and so much has been revealed: intrigue and mystery, character, struggle, all the stuff of stories. What will happen next? Stay tuned for scenes for the next One Life to Live. The next song is from my musical A Strange Loop, for which I was honored to win the Pulitzer Prize for Drama last year. It's an emotionally autobiographical, or as I like to call it, self-referential musical about a black gay musical theater writer who works as an usher at a Broadway show, who is writing a musical about a black gay musical theater writer, who works as an usher at a Broadway show, who is writing a musical about a black gay musical theater writer, who works as an usher at a Broadway show ad infinitum, and cycling through his self-hatred in a quest to change himself for the better, or so he thinks. And this song is the penultimate number from the show where the protagonist, whose name is Usher, is taking stock of his past and ultimately his present. It's called Memory Song. 5'4", high school gym, sneaking a cupcake. These are my memories, these are my memories. Shooting hoops off the rim, slow on the uptake. These are my memories, these are my memories. After gym, the locker room, my eyes photographing. Naked me measures in at 4.5 inches. These are my memories, these are my memories. Of one lone black gay boy I knew who chose to turn his back on the Lord. One lone black gay boy I knew who chose to turn his back on the Lord. Guilt and shame, Jesus' name, church every Sunday. These are my memories, these are my memories. Eat his body, drink his blood, communion buffet. These are my memories, sweet sour memories. After church we're driving home to Radio Crackle, jazz music or Motown blues, and skin is a shackle. For one lone black gay boy I knew who chose to turn his back on the Lord. One lone black gay boy I knew who chose to turn his back on the Lord. These are my memories, sweet sour memories. This is my history, this is my mystery. Mom is napping on the couch and Dad cuts the grass while I watch TV all day long, young and the restless. Like one lone black gay boy I knew who chose to turn his back on the Lord. One lone black gay boy I knew who chose to turn his back on the Lord. Dad is drunk and on the couch while Mom eats a pork chop. Daily bread meal, daily treadmill, won't ever stop. One lone black gay boy I knew who chose to turn his back on the Lord. One lone black gay boy I knew who chose to turn his back on the Lord. I am lying on the couch, I dream that I'm flying, flapping both my wings so hard to keep me from dying, with the crown of God-forsaken thorns on my head. Like all those black gay boys I knew who chose to go on back to the Lord. All those black gay boys I knew who chose to go on back to the Lord. All those black gay boys I knew who chose to go on back to the Lord. And one lone black gay boy I knew who chose to turn his back on the Lord. So, in 1997, on Days of Our Lives, good girl Kristen DiMera gave over to the dark side she had long resisted as the adopted daughter of supervillain Stefano DiMera in order to hold on to the love of her life, John Black, after he had miscarried their baby in Paris. Well, I think John was chasing after Stefano, who had kidnapped Dr. Marlena Evans, who Stefano was obsessed with. So Kristen, with Stefano's help, found a weirdo pregnant woman named Susan Banks, who with the help of some makeup, prosthetic teeth, and a really great wig, was able to disguise herself as Kristen so that John would not find out that Kristen had lost their baby and leave her for the actual great love of his life, Dr. Marlena Evans. This also meant that Kristen had to get rid of Dr. Marlena Evans, so she tricked her into going into a soundproof secret room behind the wine cellar in the DiMera mansion, where she hid her and then convinced John that Stefano had kidnapped her. She also had a radio and television monitor in the secret room so that she could monitor Marlena and taunt her about how John was all hers. But then, Susan found herself also falling in love with John and found out about Dr. Marlena Evans being locked in the secret room, and for reasons I can't remember, wound up locking up Kristen in the secret room with Marlena and went on impersonating Kristen. While Kristen and Marlena were at each other's throats, Susan was playing house and doctor with John, who believed she was Kristen. But then, eventually, Dr. Laura Horton, who Kristen had hired light-skinned black nurse Lynn to keep in a drugged coma, woke up and confronted Susan and John on their wedding day after Kristen and Marlena got out of the secret room and revealed all, including that Kristen had miscarried the baby in Paris and had done evil deed after evil deed to keep John and Marlena apart. But the most important thing I think Dr. Laura Horton did was rush up to Kristen after she claimed that Susan's baby was really hers and utter the greatest soap opera line that has ever been uttered in soap opera history. "The only thing you've ever given birth to is deception." Soap operas are truly the greatest storytelling genre on earth, in my opinion, and as I alluded to earlier, I grew up watching them as a kid and became obsessed with stories. My great aunt Ruth used to babysit me before I started school, and every day we'd watch Days of Our Lives at 1, Another World at 2, and Santa Barbara at 3. I would pick up the habit on my own when I started school years later, watching on days off and during the summer, adding Guiding Light to my repertoire, and then One Life to Live after my beloved Another World was canceled. When I went to NYU playwriting for undergrad, my dream was to become the head writer of One Life to Live. But I fell in love with playwriting and later musical theater writing along the way. I was one of a handful of African American students in both my undergrad and graduate school experiences, and as such, found myself over the years at the center of lots of cultural and political conversations about what is often called diversity, equity, and inclusion. But wait! In 1998, Shannon Doherty of 90210 fame starred in what was called in those days a Monday night movie about a young college student whose mousy white roommate, Zan, slowly began taking pieces of her life away. Her spot in the band she sang lead in, her place in the sorority of popular girls on campus, and of course her dreamy white guitarist boyfriend, played by dreamy white Jason London. This Monday night movie was in a genre of movies that used to be, and in a lesser way still are very popular, Lifetime movies. I loved these films and watched them religiously throughout high school in addition to all my soaps. They often focused on teen girls with eating disorders or abusive boyfriends, middle-aged moms played to the hilt by people like Judith Light or Meredith Baxter Burney, who were on the run from murderous ex-husbands or just plain out turned to be murderers themselves. By grad school, I came to call these films White Girl in Danger stories. And from there sprang the idea for a musical, White Girl in Danger. It started off as a joke with a theme song, a sassy black woman who looked like Nell Carter singing, "White girl in danger, she doing drugs but she won't do her homework. She acting vague and she won't answer questions. Oh Lord, danger, 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 danger." But then, these conversations about diversity, equity, and inclusion started to get louder. And suddenly I found this idea about a white girl in danger taking on larger dimensions, and my musical had more depth because I realized all of the soaps and Monday night movies I was so obsessed with as a child primarily starred white women, and that on some level I was inspired and thrilled by their ping-ponging white female villainy and victimhood. So drawing on the styles of classic daytime dramas like One Life to Live and Guiding Light, as well as primetime dramas such as Dynasty and Knots Landing, and classic Monday night Lifetime movies with titles like She Cried No and Mother May I Sleep with Danger, White Girl in Danger takes place in a soap opera town of all white, where all white citizens live lives filled with dramatic, ever-shifting storylines as far as the eye can see, while another race and class of people, the black round, toil away in storylines of slavery and police violence. That is, until one of them, a plucky young woman named Keisha, decides that she has what it takes to be the protagonist of her own all-white story. So she begs the writer of the universe to please let her try, and he strikes her with lightning, and suddenly she finds herself on a quest to usurp the all-white stories from her three main rivals, Negan, Megan, and Megan, who have all of the all-white problems Keisha dreams of, including the killer, who has been picking off the all-white protagonists one by one and whose identity eventually shocks the entire town. This song is the opening number, which introduces us to All White. I will be singing it as a solo all over my range, but imagine a cast of 12 all-white and black-brown characters fighting for the spotlight with me. This is a world of intrigue and mystery, a world of endless story, a world where there's no singular destiny. So as the world turns around, we see protagonists of all variety, and all of them determined to prove that they're worthy of all empathy. And not to mention All White, with their perfectly porcelain skin. It glows from deep within. It's all white, like the name of the town that we're in. That's how it's always been. This is a town with folks whose stories are vast and filled with lots of drama. A town where fortunes rise and fall super fast. So depending what the writer wants to write, reality can change by day or night. Except for this one thing that is fixed, a consistently guiding light. A story that is all white, but which goes so much deeper than skin. It's structured from within, it's all white. That's the framework and mindset we're in. That's how it's always been. In all whiteness, passion, excitement, adventure, and glitter, and glamour, and fashion, and fame, and romance, and weddings with lovers attracting, and cars over cliffs that then burst into flame, and secrets and shadows, and cackling villains, and scandals, and blackmail, and cliffhangers too, and all of them centered on people who look like you and you, because they're all white, the default of the consciousness here. It's in the atmosphere in all white, every day, every month, every year. The rules are very clear, it's all white. Dreams and stories, all white. Boys and girls, all white. Dreams and stories, all white. It's an all white world, all white, 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 all white. Bum, bum, bum. So, as I mentioned at the top, this has been a year full of stories. Have you seen the news this year? Over the last few years, so many cliffhangers, so many soap rivalries and catfights, both domestic and geopolitical. Hillary versus Donald, Donald versus Joe, Black Lives Matter versus All Lives Matter, masks versus freedom, freedom versus vaccines, Israel versus Palestine. And did you hear about Ron DeSantis? Girl, yes, but did you hear about Andrew Cuomo and Scott Bruden? And what about Broadway? And so on. And of course, it's deeper than that because stories all have nuances and secret passageways, and of course, people at the center of them who want what they want when they want it, and who are willing to do whatever they have to do to get it. And meanwhile, I'm just sitting here looking, taking it all in, trying to make sense of what's true and what's real. Like a lot of Americans, I've spent a lot of the last year on the satanic hellscape that is social media, where stories abound, along with lots of dehumanization that cuts across ideological and party lines, cuts across race, gender identity, class, borders, religion, time, space, and body. And what I perceive is a lot of disconnected souls in pain, wanting to be heard and seen and valued, and using the accursed digital toys of Mark Zuckerberg, Jack Dorsey, Bill Gates, and so many other billionaire, trillionaire, Stefano DiMera-like tech billionaires who had left for us plain folk to destroy ourselves and each other with, while so many cultural and political divides play out just like social climate change, or actual climate change. And since I've been sitting here looking this past year, but honestly, in many years prior, I've been thinking about this dehumanization and our culture's propensity toward it and what it could potentially hold for the future, which always feels weirdly like the present. From that spurred the idea for a commissioned musical called Accounts Payable that I've been working on since before the 2016 election. Originally, it was supposed to just be a dark office comedy about what it feels like to work somewhere 40 plus hours a week, drawn from my experience working as a finance clerk at an advertising agency. But the years and the many, many, many news cycles took their toll on me, and the storyline and the piece turned into a speculative fiction piece set in a dystopian future where a diverse group of finance professionals battle it out for raises at the end of the world during annual performance review period. This next song is the solo version of the opening number. Imagine a sextet of diverse, overworked employees singing with me. What can I say? I contain multitudes. It's 8 p.m., I'm still at work. What happened to 9 to 5s? What happened to having lives away from the monotony? It's 10 p.m., I'm still at work. Still pulling out all the stops. A sharecropper with paper crops instead of bales of cotton. 3 years of this interminable grind. I don't know where I find all the energy to go on. In tears and rage so red I'm going blind. And what's left of my mind, like dandelion seed, you blow on, blow on, blow on. I just want some normalcy, a work-life balance, a work-life balance. But that's at odds with what the market demands. A boss who values all of me and my true talents, and my true talents. But that seems like it's completely out of my hands. It's 2 a.m., I'm still at work. No different than always, confined to these white hallways. But what if they all got here and found me dead? 'Cause I'd repeatedly slam the copier on my head, or use the paper cutter to chop off my arm, or something just as heinous to self-harm. 'Cause I'm nothing but a cog in a machine that has to keep on churning and making green. But even if that happened with full haste, I would be forgotten and replaced. It's 4 a.m., I'm still at work. It's 5 a.m., I'm still at work. It's 6 a.m., it's 6 a.m., it's 6 a.m. Oh, and I forgot to mention that the show is set in the year 2061, and there's been a wild political realignment in the world. The next song is sung by what in that time is considered a progressive liberal white woman named Pam to one of her direct reports during the performance review period. Certain people in my neighborhood, I don't understand where they're coming from. Certain people in my grocery store with food stamps in their hand. It's enraging, 'cause I don't think they really need assistance. I think they like the path of least resistance. They milk the system until it's dry, while the rest of us just run like rats until we die. Certain people in my neighborhood, they all understand where I'm coming from. Certain people on the message boards, we're a tiny band, but we're growing. We'd worked so hard and hauled all kind of ass. We'd sweat and bled and clawed our way up to the middle class. We go to school and we get the jobs, and we're worth a whole lot more than those stay-at-home slobs. But everybody's so PC. Our initials are US, but who the hell is we when we have no borders in a welfare state? And these fat cat senators not pulling their weight, and all of this spending on who the hell knows. Well, actually, I know where all of it goes. Certain people in my neighborhood. And this final song is kind of an autobiographical one for me, though I should mention with me, once something gets written down, it automatically becomes fiction. This memory comes flashing back tonight like a spotlight. I was 16 years old in New York for the first time off a layover flight. I was on my way to Israel the very next day. There was a boy in my group who I thought might be gay. I tried to call him on it, he tried to stall me on it, then he said, yeah, okay. So my first real kiss was in a closet at the Hotel Pennsylvania. And while he said he would not blow me, he said he could show me how to use my tongue. I was so young and dumb and full of you know what. Then this memory comes flashing back tonight like a flashlight. I was 13 years old growing up in Detroit. I wore my jeans too tight. I was awkward as hell and not sure what to do about the messy, sexy feelings that were bursting through. I tried to tear them out, I tried to wear them out, but they just grew and grew. So to cope, I wrote these awful Maya Angelou-ish knockoff poems, all while I read my Jackie Collins novels, jacking off atop my grandma's bed. Yellow, green, and red, as the bombs went bursting in my head. Then this memory comes flashing back tonight like a stoplight. I was 10 years old and a fat little black kid with an overbite. I was playing in the basement with my cousin Dre, who could get real aggressive during the games we would play. I tried to call him on it, I tried to stall him on it, but I lost my way. So on a pile of dirty laundry in the basement of my house, my cousin kissed me and he touched me, and I think I sort of liked it. So I got down on my knees to pray to God, please God, don't make me gay. I pledged my heart to Christ, I swore I'd never touch him anymore. But I did. We committed these crimes. We did it 1 more, 2 more, 3 more times. And just like clockwork on my knees, I prayed to God and all his fucking little angels in the sky. Angels standing flashing by. They do not reply. They sigh and roll their eyes. Present day now, full-blown gay now. He's in Detroit, I'm in Manhattan. Haven't seen him for years, and yet we're Facebook chatting. I say hi. He says, sup. We chat, but that never comes up. And the memory comes flashing back tonight, you know, 'cause he does manhunt. I do not anymore. Even though they say manhunt in Manhattan is the promised land, I refuse to explore, 'cause the memory comes flashing back tonight, you know, 'cause we were close once. Now we're not anymore. Even though he promised then, when he was 12 and I was 10, that we would always have our laundry bed. Even though they were just childish experimentations. Given where my loser love life has led, am I wrong to long for the old sensations? 'Cause the memory comes flashing back tonight like a blue. Like a blue. Like a blue.
We're going to end today's episode with a short reading. But before we do, I'd like to invite you to a live Zoom conversation immediately following the episode.
The excerpt that I'm going to be reading from is from my musical White Girl in Danger, which is a satire that takes place in a soap opera town called All White. And in All White, there are two races and classes of people. There are the All Whites, who are white characters who have stories sort of beyond their wildest dreams. And then is the background, who are black characters who have sort of limited stories that are only about slavery and police violence. And in this scene, I'm going to be reading 6 of the background characters, Keisha, Nell, Florence, Caroline, Adeline, and Clarence, who are having a conversation right after the opening number. Now, Keisha, it's time to hit the bricks. Part 2 of Tarek's police death story is about to start and you can't be late. Keisha, Ma, okay, hold your horses, I'll be out in a second. Florence, I'm so sick of marching and crying over Tarek Blackwell's trash ass every week. No. That's Keisha's dead boyfriend you talking bad about now, Florence. Florence. Now, please. Tarek is trash. All black brown men are trash. And his story is tired as hell, and everybody knows it. I could die at the hands of the all-white police as good as any man. So why can't it ever be a black brown woman who dies? No. Because that's not how the writer wants it, Florence. Caroline. Yeah, and Tarek's police deaths are a nice break from slavery stories. Right, Abeline? Abeline. Easy for you to say, Caroline. You always get centered in our slavery stories. The writer ain't had NASA drag me kicking and screaming from our slave quarters in the middle of the night in order to force himself into my resistant, yet throbbing, wet blissy even once. Caroline. Well, I love all the black brown babies the writer had NASA impregnate me with against my will, but sometimes all I really want to be impregnated with is black brown joy and romance. Love in the afternoon. No. At least y'all get to spend most of our stories with people who look like you. The writer done had me shackled to them racist-ass all-whites for over 400 years. But do you ever see me complaining? No. Because whenever I have to clean up after them sperm stealing, pregnancy faking, locking each other up in the secret rooms and basement asses, I just smile like I don't think they are the stupidest people alive. And I do it all so I can get back to my little girl. Because she's special. And if serving all whites is what I have to do to make sure she has a loving black-brown mama she can turn to whenever fighting for justice gets too tough, then so be it. Clarence. Nobody's a better black-brown justice and freedom fighter than Keisha. Florence. And here's Miss Clarence, inserting herself like a tampon, even though wasn't nobody talking to you, you trash-ass blaggit. Clarence exits, humiliated. Keisha enters, wearing a Black Round Matters funeral outfit. All right, Black Round Matters, let's get the show on the road. No. Get the show on the road? And what kind of attitude is that, Keisha? Keisha, I don't have an attitude, Ma. I'm just tired, that's all. No. Tired of what? Keisha, tired of the way the writer treats us. It's like we're second-class characters or something. Our lives couldn't be more depressing. Another day of black round pain ahead of us. Another day of same old black round nothing new. Another day where all white shine instead of us, and we're just out there doing the thing we always do. But that would all change if we ever got a moment of truth, a moment to stand, a moment to fight for glory. We all have the range. We just need a shot. A moment of truth, a moment that comes from leading an all-white story. No, Keisha, our lives of nonstop pain and sorrow ain't so bad. And the people in them all-white stories ain't nothing but liars, schemers, and manipulators, and racists. Keisha, maybe so, but you're telling me that you never get tired of that dusty old wig, lunch lady uniform, and having to be so noble, loving, righteous, and moral all the time? Aibileen, noble, loving, righteous, and moral is how the writer made us. Caroline, and Tarek is the love of your life, Keisha, and he has perfect brush waves. And every week he dies in your arms after the all-white pigs shoot him in the head just for reaching for a cell phone. It's beautiful. Florence, well, I still think if anybody should have the privilege of dying in the street in a police violence story, it should be you, sis, or me. Keisha, I just want to be seen. And not because the writer decides to have some all-white cop blow my brains out every week. No. Well, being seen ain't so great in all white these days either. Did you hear they found another body in all white woods? Keisha, oh my God, who? No. Molly Goodwhite. Caroline, oh, Molly Goodwhite, I wonder what happened to her. No, she had the yellowest teeth and most basic brown hair. Aibileen, and wasn't her mama the one with the multiple personalities? Florence, that's why they locked her ass up in all white asylum. Keisha, now that's a story. Thunderclaps, lightning strikes. The writer speaks. With Molly Goodwhite dead, the role of best friend will now be filled by Keisha Gibbs. Nell screams, no!